The Giants, I told you I went to that game Sunday. It was pathetic. I'm tired of pounding on the Giants. And anybody who does pound on the Giants, and I know they got it from all corners, including Belichick, everything he said was very fair. Their decision making has been awful. The way they compensate has been awful. The way they situation substitute has been terrible. The way they game plan has been awful. Any way you look at it, they are a bad team, a listless, pathetic team right now. Getting ready to play Pittsburgh, which is going to, I mean, if you think the Eagles came up with a pass, you know what? Do you know what Pittsburgh's going to do to them on that line? I can't even imagine.
I can't get through this. That's Mike Francesca. That's from last year. Can you guys tell any difference between last year's Giants and this year's Giants? We're only week 1 in, but all of those things that Mr. Francesca just said apply to this year's Giants team, don't you guys think?
Definitely.
Same shit. New Year, same shit. Some shit never changes. And please, Giants, don't ever fucking change. Yes. We love it. We love it.
I personally very much enjoy
this weekend's going to be fucking great.
Beautiful. Head up with the intro.
You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
It's almost Thursday, which means football on all facets. We're back. Another episode, Red Zone Blitz podcast. I'm your host, G. I'm joined by
Brandon. What's up?
And he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
I'm back.
Big Matthew.
Yeah. Shout out to the Yinzers and the Steelers. I was downtown with Pat Mack and A-Raj and Mike T. We were having some Primanti brothers. We were whooping it up in New York.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know, Matthew cheers for the Steelers. We're going to talk all things NFL. We've got a big slate ahead in this episode. We'll have tons of stuff to talk about. We also have college football. We're going to be talking about, we're going to drop in the Red Zone Blitz streaming guide, the debut. We're going to be giving you guys not only the must-watch games, but we're also going to be giving you some games that, like, hey, if you got some free time during that time, you might want to check those games out. If you have not subscribed to us, X, Instagram, TikTok, we promise we're coming out with some giveaways. We're coming out with some cool stuff. Follow us on Red Zone Blitz Pod. Give us a follow. If you want to write to us, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us with your submissions. We've done a mailbag episode. We're going to be doing another one shortly. We'll be dropping that next week. A little bit of a programming note. Brennan and I are going to Europe, not together, separately. We're going to be away next week, so you guys won't be hearing from us at our usual times. We will be dropping a mailbag episode sometime next week, so you will hear our lovely voices. We just won't be able to react to all the chaos that we're going to talk about today. After that, though, we'll be back to normal. We're going to be back in the studio delivering a fresh new episode for you on September 24th. So that night, you'll get your fresh episode. It will be a recap / a preview. We'll try to mash it up all together. Until then, tune in. Subscribe. We're going to be dropping a lot of content on the socials. Also, big shout out to our boy Joel Norris from Pigskin Frenzy. Give him a follow for all things college football. He's delivering great content out there. So, fellas, you ready for the opening drive? Should we do it up?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
The opening drive.
I mean, normally what we do in the opening drive is we talk a lot about the NFL matchups, NFL stuff that's happening. We got a whole section dedicated to all that stuff, so we'll save that stuff. Some little highlights. Jalen Carter got punished. He got spat on. No, he didn't. He got punished by.
He did the spitting.
So he got a dollar some fine here. Brandon, what's the fine? Give us the names.
He got fined like $50,000 and some change or whatever, but escaped. They said, you know what? Because he didn't play a snap, we'll count that as his game suspension. We're not going to suspend him.
Which is, I guess so, sure. I mean, whatever. I had a cool story. I just remember when the NFL suspended Zeke Elliott for 6 games for something that was never proven, and that was mainly done because Jerry Jones said that Roger Goodell was not fit to be commissioner of the NFL, and therefore Zeke Elliott, in the prime of his career, was forced to miss 6 games in what could have been a very pivotal season for us. So thank you, Roger. Moving on. Bills launched a MLSE partnership. So for those folks that we have a lot of listeners in Florida, Texas, Pittsburgh, California. We got a lot of people in like not Canada. They probably don't know who MLSE is. So in Canada, there are 2 major telecommunication providers, Rogers and Bell. They come together. They form Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. Up until very recently, Rogers bought them out. So Rogers owns a major stake of that. Think of Rogers as like, I don't know, AT&T back down south. They own Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. They own the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto Raptors, Toronto Argonauts, Toronto FC. So they own all that kind of stuff. And they're a major player in the Canadian sports scene. They have partnered with the Bills, and more so a community grassroots partnership. They want more people getting involved in the games. MLSE also owns this chain of sports bars called Real Sports. They want more NFL content there, so there's going to be a lot of preseason games, blah, blah, blah. All that little corporate jargon that they've got going on. However, the major thing that everything that has come out of this is that, are we going to see Buffalo Bills games in Toronto again? A lot of people are wondering. They used to do that. The problem with doing one-off games, and before we get into like the whole, we're going to talk a little bit about international expansion, what that means, and all that stuff. Their NFL teams are definitely taking into fact that there is a market internationally. You see it with the Jaguars with all their European games that they do. You see it with Pittsburgh now going to Ireland. That's a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Arizona does this thing called Snowbirds Club for Canadians that travel down south. Now, when they do these one-off events, you're not just going to get like Bills fans. You're not going to get just the team they're playing fans. You're going to get people going there that are fans of any team. Like, we're sitting here right now today in Canada, and Matthew cheers for the Steelers. Brandon cheers for the Cowboys. I cheer for the Cowboys. Even if tomorrow they were like, you know what, Toronto's getting a team, I would not cheer for that team. I think like you definitely have an opportunity with young kids though. Like if the NFL is willing to go down and like spend money for, if there's an owner out there, like let's say the MLSE group that want to pitch in, I don't know what, fucking like $20 billion probably, the expansion fees. It's going to be up there.
No, $20 billion?
It's going to be something crazy.
Cowboys are barely going to get $20 billion.
Well, the Cowboys are worth 14.
Yeah, and if you went to an actual bidding war, they'd go up higher than that.
Right?
You're not getting an expansion for more than what the Cowboys are worth.
But like I'm saying, like in terms of not just expansion, but you also got to think about like stadium building. Like you got to build a stadium, like especially in Toronto, they don't have a stadium that can fit an NFL team.
No.
You got to build a stadium in the outskirts, probably in Hamilton. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Ticats. Like, I'm just saying, hypothetical. This is all hypotheticals. So all in added costs, that's the number that you're probably looking at for like at least, not just the first year. I'm saying like spread out over the first 5 to 6 years before you start to build a fan base. Because a guy who's cheered for, like a lot of Toronto cheers for the Bills.
Yeah.
So a city or an organization that's cheered for the Bills is not just going to jump ship and be like, all right, we got a hometown team now. Oh, let's go. Canada's team. The fucking Fighting Beavers from Toronto. That's just not how it happens. It may be easier to do it in Europe where the game is not so much like the time zones are a little different. So you may not have all those fans and like suddenly you get those fans there. But my question is like, do you guys foresee an international expansion in the terms of, are we going to see an international division where there's like, because right now, if the way they're going with Europe, I don't see them expanding to Europe for one team.
No, you'd have to do more.
You'd have to go to Europe for at least 2, if not 3.
Yeah, I think the issue with international is just for going to Europe, it's time, right? Or when the Chargers went down to Brazil and now they have to go back up to Vegas to play. And a lot of people are
there's a
complaining
lot
about
of
that.
there's a lot of travel involved.
There's a lot of
but
travel involved.
The perks,
And you already travel a shitload as
They
it
do.
is during
Yeah.
the season, and not just domestically.
so the perks of I guess where the NFL can come in and kind of say is like, well, they're playing once a week, right? They're playing once a week, and you're gonna probably get 2 weeks. You're getting 18 games soon, or
18.
Yeah, they're getting 18. You're probably gonna get another bye.
You'd have to. If you go to 18 games, you have to get
You're
another
gonna
bye.
you're gonna get another bye, which people are not gonna like. But you're gonna get another bye, a bye weekend there. My thing is that I can see it happening, but people are not gonna like this. People are not gonna be. They're gonna yell at me. I want it to stay the way it is. I want people to grow fandom from afar. And there's just something special about traveling and going to see your team. There's just something special. I don't want the NFL to come to Canada. People are, well, why not? We deserve an NFL team. Yes and no. Okay, I want the NFL to stay where it is. I want maybe St. Louis to get their team back. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe San Diego one day can get a team. I'd like for Oakland to get some sort of professional sports. They're poor folks of Oakland. I don't need it to go to Mexico City. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Germany. Not interested in Europe. Not really interested. I know obviously Roger Goodell is very interested. I'm just not there yet. I just don't think that I don't think we've perfected it in the US. I feel like there's still room. There's still cities that we can explore. And I know before people get all fucking crazy, there will never be a second team in Dallas. Just forget about it. That's never going to happen. A lot of people come in and they're like, well, people are going to open another team in Dallas. You think Jerry Jones will allow a second football team to enter Texas? He almost killed them with the Texans. It's not happening. Forget about it. Moving on, fellas. You got anything else to add here?
No, I don't know about expansion. I don't mind the one-off games, but yeah, actually expanding over there is because
you're never going to be the big brother there. You're never going to be what the EPL is, what the Premier League what's the one in fucking Germany? What's it called?
Bundesliga?
The Bundesliga. Yes. The Bundesliga, the La Liga in Spain. You're never going to be that. And you talk about there's people out there cheering for teams, fantasizing about their team winning that have never even sniffed close to even top 5 in that division. Yeah. So those people are diehard soccer fans. I don't know. I was gonna say football, but no, soccer fans. And I just don't see that happen. That trend swinging that way. Even if you look at international games now, when you look in the stands, there's all sorts of jerseys.
There is.
There's you don't see oh my god, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
There's retro jerseys too.
Yeah, you get retro jerseys. You got a lot of Cowboys jerseys. You got a lot of Niners jerseys. You got Chiefs jerseys. So in terms of growing the game, I don't know if it's there yet. I just don't. That's not where my head goes.
But I also agree with Brown on that one. Time-wise, it's difficult on the players possibly getting jet lag, or it's even what about media just crossing over the border?
Well, you would have to send everybody with them, right? You got to send reporters. You got to send everybody there. You got to make sure it works for it. It definitely. I know why they're trying to do it. It works for the East Coast.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the East Coast starts to get football all day. Right? Those early games for the West Coasters that start at 6 a.m., they start at 9 a.m. for the East Coast. The East Coast gets to live like the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right? They've got games going from basically 9 a.m. to all the way to probably 11:30.
Yeah.
So I get it. It becomes a big draw. Bars are open earlier. People are drinking. People are doing their thing. I understand. I'll believe it when the Cowboys go.
Cowboys aren't going.
No,
The Cowboys are never going to do it.
Never going to go.
So, but I'll believe it. I'll believe it when the Cowboys do a game in either Mexico City or they do it in Europe. That's the day I will.
Has it ever happened?
No, because Jerry refuses to give up a home date.
Because he's going to say, you got to come to Texas if you're going to want to see my team.
Yep. He refuses to give up the home date. And the thing is that I believe Listen,
The Dallas fucking Cowboys.
they ain't going nowhere. Like they're not going to Europe. They're not going to Mexico City. So they're not doing all that.
But see, that says it in itself. Is like football is America's game, right? Like that's what they live like.
Yeah,
they don't go to church on Sunday. They go watch football.
And it can be the world's game too eventually. But I don't think right now, like in terms of the next like decade, shoot me. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but I don't think in the next decade we're gonna see major expansion in terms of international or like even to Canada or Mexico. I don't see it. All right, fellas, we're almost there. We're gonna preview the NFL games. Packers play on Thursday. Packers traded for Micah Parsons. I'm gonna play a little clip for you guys. This is Micah Parsons on his podcast with Trayvon Diggs, Cowboys player. This was recorded last year. Micah and Trayvon are you know what? Fuck it. Here, just listen.
Where would you rank him among quarterbacks right now? I would say he's definitely top 10.
Higher.
You think
Talking
he's
about
top
Jaden
five?
For
Daniels.
sure. Who else you gonna put in there?
Give us your top 5 right now.
I'm gonna go him. I'm gonna go Mahomes.
Marr. Gotta have Marr.
Yeah, Lamar, Josh Allen. Jalen playing pretty good right now too.
Jared Goff is a top 5 quarterback right now.
And Matthew Stafford. I love how Matthew Stafford played the quarterback position.
Sam Darnold could be in the top 5 conversation right now.
Yeah, Sam Darnold looking crazy too. So it's hard. There's a lot of good quarterbacks right now.
I can't give you a top 5 right now based on how everybody's performing.
Yeah.
Gee, not one NFC East opposing quarterback, but 2 is who they named. And Sam Darnold to boot. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm surprised, I'm really surprised that they didn't name Jordan Love, considering he basically was their daddy, both of their daddy, when they walked in and got their asses kicked. I'm very surprised, Micah, why we weren't mentioning Jordan Love, why we weren't mentioning Brock Purdy. Do you remember those two? They ended up torching you in the playoffs. 1 career playoff sack. This was a very interesting exercise for me as I embark on my breakup with Micah Parsons. There's a lot of great with Micah Parsons. There's a great amount of talent, phenomenal talent. There's an insane amount. A lot of people draw great comparisons to Lawrence Taylor. And oh my God, he's the greatest defensive player in the current era, which is wild. In a world that Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and probably even I would say Dexter Lawrence live. What I don't understand is how you are so stupid. How you are so stupid. You went to Penn State. There was an academic GPA requirement in Penn State. Hold on. Let us find the academic GPA requirement in Penn State to be a football player. You have to have a 2.3 GPA. All right. So I know you had to maintain some sort of grade point average. You had to maintain some sort of grade point average in high school. You had to take the SATs to go to college. Now, what I am confused in all of this is, did you take too many hits to the head? Did someone club you like the left tackle of the Cowboys clubbed the Philadelphia Eagle last week? Because how do you you hippity hop on your branded deal podcast with the Bleacher Report? You bring on your teammate Trayvon Diggs and you go and you rank quarterbacks, but you do not rank your teammate who is the highest paid quarterback in the league. You don't even mention him, let alone ranking him. Like, I understand him at the end. Well, this is too hard for me to rank, so But you mentioned Sam Darnold.
You guys named 8. You asked for top 5, and then you kept going, and you started talking about 8. Stafford, Goff, Darnold. Where's your boy? I don't fucking care.
How do you go and how do you, what I'm confused about is how do you go through that whole segment and you're talking with another teammate and you don't even fathom the idea of mentioning your own quarterback?
Yeah.
Now people are going to be like, well, man, like, this is so hard for you to, like, obviously, like, you know, he's on his podcast. He has a right to say what he's on his mind. He's telling the truth. Listen to Tyreek Hill talk about Tua versus Mahomes.
Tua or Pat Mahomes? Tua or Patrick Mahomes? Obviously, like, I'm going to go with 1.5 as the strongest arm. But as far as accuracy-wise, I'm going with Tua all day.
So which one would you rather have? The deep ball where you got to scramble around the field to try to go find it? Or do you want that accuracy to hit you right in the bread basket on the run?
I want it to hit me right in the bread basket.
That is Tyreek Hill.
That's my quarterback.
That is his quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
And before they go crazy on me, this is from last year. So he's not talking about this year. He's talking about this clip is from last year.
I don't think he was any better last year either, but
this is all from last year, both these clips.
Well, Mike is not going to talk like that about Jordan Love. They're all chummy, right? They were even chummy before the whole trade and everything.
I don't understand what goes through your brain and why you will not. How hard is it? You could hate the guy you're playing with. You could hate him. You could hate your teammate on your line. You could hate your teammate on the field that's playing beside you in the trench. You could absolutely detest him. But when it comes down to war, it's us against them. It's not, let me rank Jalen Hurts. Oh, the moment I should have known when I listened to this clip the first time last year that this guy's not built to be a Cowboy. We don't like the Eagles. We don't respect the Eagles. Have you heard them talk about Barkley? They don't give a fuck about Saquon Barkley.
Remember a couple weeks ago I was saying Micah Parsons to the Eagles, and they put in a fucking offer for him. Can you believe that shit?
Well, you knew if Jerry fucking gave him to the Eagles, like, my God.
They would have burned his house down.
But even Jerry knew. The offer was better from the Eagles,
Even
Jerry knew.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with the Eagles.
You don't fuck with family. I think that's what Jerry
said. This goes back to
what
we were talking last episode. Everyone in division rivals, you talk about fucking, what's his nuts, Josh Allen's mentoring Drake May. That's a divisional quarterback.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Like,
bring back the hatred. All these guys are fucking buddy. Oh, yeah, he's on a fucking rival. He's on Philly. But you know what? I like him, and I like the guy. I'm going to rank him higher than my guy. And fuck being buddy.
I would love to see Troy
fans,
Aikman.
Dallas fans hate each other. Philly players, Dallas players should fucking hate each other.
No, he talked about it when he talked about. He also, I have plenty of Micah Parsons podcast clips, so people are going to complain we talk too much about the Cowboys here. He also talked about how Philly fans are better than Cowboys fans or louder than Cowboys fans. He said all this. The whole shit is all like, you should know better. You should know. The only reason you're sitting there with your contract because you played on the Cowboys. Nobody would have known you. You had the same numbers on the fucking Bengals. Do you think Trey Hendrickson begged for his extra money? Can you imagine if Trey Hendrickson was on the Cowboys making plays? That guy would be the highest paid player in the league.
Yeah. And I was saying it before, like a receiver obviously has to say good things about his quarterback. You know, like I'm going to say good things off the field because I want the ball. But like as a defensive player and like Micah Parsons back then when he was a captain and on D and then Prescott's a captain on offense, you're a captain of that side of the ball. You're going to see that guy every day in the locker room. Like the offense isn't just one part. Like it feeds off of the defense. The defense feeds off of the offense. So you can't just say like this is one side of the ball. We're completely different. It's a team game.
Not to make this about let's just change the teams. That's a very valid point, right? Let's just change this about the teams. Let's change the positions too. Joe Burrow gets fucking his ass kicked every single game by his offensive line. Joe Burrow has had detrimental career injuries because of his offensive line. Have I ever heard Joe Burrow go into a press conference and be like, well, you know, like, it's my offensive line, man. Like they're really, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Also, what gives you the right to host a podcast? Patrick Mahomes doesn't host a podcast. Kelsey now started hosting a podcast after winning all the rings. He wasn't hosting one before winning them and dating Taylor Swift, right? Joe Burrow doesn't host a podcast. Jamar Chase doesn't host a podcast. CeeDee Lamb doesn't host a podcast. Do you want to talk about other? Max Crosby. I mean, he comes on the podcast here and there. He doesn't host one. My thing is that like you, like when you're like when you're playing in the Dallas Cowboys and you're an average to a good player, you get the limelight, you get the stardom. If you're an elite player, you will get it like 100 times that, and you get that platform. But what you do with that platform, that's what really matters. And if you're going to go out there and you're going to take a shit on your own fucking court, like, it's the fact is there's more impact in the silence, and people are going to be like, well, it's not like he said Dak sucks. But the fact that he didn't even bother mentioning him in that skew, that tells you all you need to know. Enjoy his also, he's got a weird bottom grill thing going on right now. I keep watching this in the interviews. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, I don't understand. Like, please fire your jeweler, because that's not the look. That's not the look. But let's talk about the team that's in question. Commanders at Packers. Packers favored -3.5. Packers defense, listen, they smothered Detroit, and that includes Mr. Podcaster, holding them to their second lowest yardage since 2024. Now, the Lions were missing Ben Johnson. They were missing a bunch. They weren't missing any players. They were missing some coaches. We'll talk about the Lions here. We'll talk about them. But Commanders going into Lambeau, Washington's week 1 win that came against the Giants, one of the league's weakest offenses, and I was not too inspired by watching that game. I did not go into that, like, watching that game and going into and being like, wow, the Commanders are so great. I believe, this is my pick, I'm open to your guys' thoughts. I got short week road trip, Lambeau advantage. Let's go Green Bay 27-20.
Yeah, I think Green Bay wins. I fucking hate 3.5 spreads.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 spreads. I always buy the half point to a 3. 3.5 and 7.5. I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
So I think Green Bay. I'm on with you. I think Green Bay wins. I'd buy it a 3.
Yeah, me too. I'm high on the Packers. I think they're gonna take this division, honestly. And I think the Commanders are going to put up a fight. Obviously, they need to throw the ball more, get McLaurin involved, definitely, and then just Jaden Daniels, just do your thing, run around. But there's so many weapons for the Packers on offense, I think, and it's just, like you said, like, I know Micah Parsons, we were shit on him earlier about his off-field antics, but on the field, like,
he's a dog.
They can stop the run.
Yep.
And they showed it against the Lions. I have them winning that one big. I think it's like 34-31 Packers.
They got to contain, I think big time for them, they got to contain Mr. Jaden Daniels. They got to keep him within the box. They got to spy him. Hey, Uberflus, throw in a spy. They got to spy him. The other thing is Debo. Looks...
Debo's big, right? Yep. Especially with Eckler down.
Yeah, Debo's going to be a big time player. You're going to see. I think you're going to see a lot of packages for Debo. How they combat that will be something to watch. There's also injuries. We'll talk about this a little bit more in our fantasy football section. Matthew Golden might be out, and that might be something that, like, you might see a Jaden Reed game. Like, it's going to be your traditional Packers game where you can't trust any of their wide receivers because you have no idea which one of their wide receivers is actually going to go off. But you're going Packers as well here, Matthew?
I'm going Packers as well in this one. Yeah.
All right, man. All right. Sunday. Hello. How are you? We got Bills at Jets. I think we said it enough. Josh Allen diced up Baltimore's defense, 41 points. Listen, Sauce Gardner on the Jets, elite. Brandon Stevens, that is a liability opponent's target. So look for them to get a Shakir open. For them to get Keon Coleman involved on those mismatch matchups. I think Allen, when it comes to these kind of things, is probably better than Justin Fields is. I would give the advantage to the Buffalo Bills. However, I will say the Bills defense, fellas, I know last week you got a little freebie. Lamar Jackson, so good. Derrick Henry, so good. You better keep the Jets down in terms of points. Like, will be a game where that defense can come back and be like, no, we're for real. We were just playing a really good team, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I like what the Jets are cooking up. I like Justin Fields, what he's doing out there, especially last week against Pittsburgh. However, Bills are 6.5 favorites. I'm going to go Bills winning, Jets covering. I got Bills 28, Jets 23. Opening the floor, fellas. What do we got?
Yeah, this one's tough because, like, obviously the Bills just had, a game for the ages. it's hard coming off that high, and then it's like you got to focus on the next team again.
Yep.
I still think the Bills win and cover.
Ooh, nice. What do we got here, Matthew?
Yeah, I think, like you said, the Jets look pretty good. I think when Justin Fields is kind of getting out of the pocket, obviously we saw with Garrett Wilson, they have a good Ohio State Buckeyes connection. I think the Bills are a lot better when they give James Cook the ball. And they've shown that. Like, if they just feed him the rock, because they know, like, we know what Josh Allen can do with his legs and throwing the ball. He makes every receiver great. Like, Keon Coleman, maybe not the best receiver yet, but you can definitely see him flourishing with Josh Allen as a QB. And if they give the ball to Cook, I like Aaron Glenn as a coach, man. I think the Jets put up a fight, but I still think the Bills are going to take this one. I'm going to say 24-21 Bills.
Bang. All right, you got the Bills winning, but the Jets covering. Moving on, we have the lovely, what I rate them, the Chooch of the Week. The Dolphins are hosting the Patriots.
Does anyone even actually care about this game?
Joy.
The Dolphins are 1.5 point favorites.
This is a divisional game, Brandon.
Yeah, this matters, man.
It's still fucking terrible. No one gives a shit about this game.
We can talk about the good old. Let's get into the game, but let's hear from QB1 Tua, shall we?
Now that you've had time to think about it, do you stand by what you said, or is there anything you would like to modify?
Well, saying what? I don't know what you're referring to.
From your standpoint, why is it that when you do have turnovers, they happen in bunches?
I thought that was a wild comment. That I turned the ball over in bunches. That's crazy. It just so happened that's what happened today.
You were questioning why you were being asked that question.
I don't think I questioned it. I thought I said it was crazy. Yeah. So I think that's two different things with questioning it. But it's not like I look to go out there and throw interceptions, you know?
Yeah, but you do. But you do, buddy. But you do. You do go out there
looks
and
like it.
Listen, I don't know. I'm going to be nice. New England's downfall against Vegas. They had 219 deep pass yards allowed. Tyreek Hill, this is the game. If you're a Tyreek Hill owner, I'm going to talk about fantasy later, but if you don't own Tyreek Hill in a fantasy football league, now's the game to dress him. After this, I warn you with caution. Tua's got to figure his shit out. Mike McDaniels, also, I don't know what's going on there. He looks like he is depressed, and he has not showered in weeks. It looks bad. Shave your face. Get a relaxing massage. Maybe hold off on the happy endings. No Robert Kraft situation. And get your shit together. Because Tua ranked 24th in vertical yards per attempt last week. I do not have high hopes for the Dolphins. I think they're going to score some touchdowns. But I think you're going to see Mike Vrabel walk away with his first one. Thoughts, fellas?
Yeah,
Disagreements?
No, I'm taking.
I don't think there was anybody that's picking Miami. So
Patriots win straight
Dude,
up.
I think fucking Tua's just got to shut the fuck up, man. You're an NFL quarterback. You gotta. This is what you signed up for. Like you get people, you get the media berating you.
But you're also a Saban quarterback, and I don't know how. Like, if I had Nick Saban in my phone's like Rolodex, buddy, just give him a text.
Yeah, just
talk through what's going on. I know he's watching you. Like, I know Saban's watching your game. I know you got talk about mentorship. Like, maybe give the guy a ring and be like, "Yo, coach."
But it's like, what do you expect the media to say when you play like that? And
well,
throw 2 picks
he
and
just
put up 8 points.
He's not a smart quarterback, and he's not being protected by a all-star studded offensive line. But like the thing is that Tua's always had weapons around him. Like, he's never had the excuse, and I just don't know. Like, he consistently comes out and he does piss poor, and when things start going rocky for Tua, they get really bad.
Do you think they're going to get rid of McDaniel first or Tua? Who's gonna be up there first?
Let's see. Well, McDaniels is
because he's on the hot
McDaniels is
seat.
pretty much gone. Like, okay, do we want to look at the Dolphins' schedule going forward? We can do that. Let's do that first before we go into Tua's cap casualties. So they play the Patriots, then they play the Bills, then they play the Jets,
loss,
and then they've got the Panthers, which they might win, maybe. But then they play the Chargers.
Yeah, they get smoked.
I think they lose to the Browns after that.
Yeah.
Then they play the Falcons. That's also loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Loss.
And then they've got 3 games here: Ravens, Bills, Commanders.
That's
They play the Saints, which will be that will be an Arch Manning Bowl. Then they go on the road to play the Jets. That's a loss. It's gonna be cold in December. Then they play the Steelers. That's a loss. Then they've got the Bengals. I think they lose that one too. Bucks. They lose that one, and they finish off in the Patriots. I think they're in the sweepstakes, fellas.
Yeah.
I think they're in the quarterback, Carson Beck. Maybe Carson Beck doesn't have to travel far. Maybe he just goes down the street and he ends up on the Dolphins. Hey, maybe that's what's going on. In terms of, you're saying like getting rid of Tua, let's see. So we got rid of Tua now.
Well, it's also bad too. Like
if
Waddle got hurt, and then
if
the
they
whole thing
cut
with
him,
Tyreek.
they can save some money with the trade. Like they save. There's dead money there, of course, but there's cap savings. If they cut him, they take a whole whack of they're almost $100 million, and they're almost $100 million with dead money. So they almost have nothing because they got big contract years with them. They got $39 million, $31 million, $41 million. They can try to work out a trade. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I think you're going to have to either. I don't know, Dolphins fans. I'm sorry.
Is it going to be Quinn Ewers' season before we know it?
I think you're going to see Quinn Ewers.
Possibly.
I think you're going to see Quinn Ewers on the field before you go. But I think the Patriots win that game. Nice, guys. We're all aligned. 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Jaguars at Bengals. Bengals are favorited 3.5.
Again, with the fucking half point. I hate 3.5 points.
This man does not like his 3.5 spreads.
No, I don't.
Bengals lean heavy on the run to protect a shaky defense. Their defense is not good. They are not very good. Both secondaries give offenses plenty of opportunities. This has all the opportunities, fellas, to be a shootout. Like, this could be a big-time shootout with Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball, Ryan Thomas Jr. getting into action. You got Trevor Etienne, running back 1. Burrow, and I think home field advantage. We'll tilt this over to Cincinnati. I got Bengals winning and cover. So Bengals 27, Jaguars 23. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Bengals win and cover, even though I would buy to 3, but I think they cover 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is when Burrow and Chase are going to ball out.
At home after the game. They just put up with getting shut down in the second half. They're going to come out hard.
This is going to be a big time. Jamar Chase owners are going to be rejoicing in the streets. It's going to be a great time. Shout out KK. Owns Jamar Chase. He's going to be very happy. We got Browns at Ravens. Ravens open up 11.5 point favorites. Harbaugh has got to get this thing under control. They need to basically they need to suffocate the Browns. This needs to be a beatdown that people remember for the ages. They need to win, and they need to win convincingly. I got them winning 31-17. Fellas?
Yeah, so normally if the Ravens didn't have that collapse, 11.5 points is a lot in a divisional matchup. But being at home after that loss to the Bills, I mean, if they're not fired up, if they're not fucking ready to blow Cleveland out of the fucking water, if they're not...
Well, if this doesn't motivate you, I don't know what...
That's what I mean. If you're not ready to come out and just lay an absolute shit kicking on a divisional opponent at home, I don't know. So I'm taking the Ravens to win and cover.
I'm taking the Ravens in this one, but I don't think they're going to cover that. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Browns. I hate to say that, but Flacco's still got it. I think he can still ball out.
Oh, wow.
I still think he can.
Oh, wow.
Honestly.
My days.
Yeah, and he's going against his old team.
This
in
is
the
like
Ravens.
Cowboys fans cheering for the Giants against the Eagles. This is I feel it.
I do get it though. Like if they didn't blow that lead,
Yeah.
I would say 11.5 points. They're not
It's just
covering
like-
that.
it's a big spread.
But because of that, I think if the Ravens can't come out and just absolutely shit kick the Browns,
Like
at
a win
home,
is not good enough.
No, win is not good
Win
enough.
is not
in
good
this.
enough
Yeah.
here. Like you need to absolutely destroy them. They think about other careers after this.
But you think Derrick Henry's going to have that kind of a game against that defense with Myles Garrett that he had against the Bills? I don't
No.
see that. I just
Maybe
think,
not to the extent, but I think
Not to the extent.
But I think Lamar Jackson's he's gonna. But no, it's not even okay. It's not even on Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. It's on the
It's
fucking
not.
defense.
It's on the defense.
All right, Jair Alexander, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I want 2
Kyle
picks.
Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton, Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah,
Maybe a
I-
little
I-
less
I
podcast.
expect the Ravens defense to come out.
I mean, it does help that they're at home. Definitely.
Yep. Matthew, who you got?
I still have the Ravens. I just don't think they're going to cover.
All right.
That
Oh,
11.5.
okay, okay. So you got
Yeah,
you got the Browns then winning the betting matchup there, but you think the Ravens are going to win the game?
I think the Ravens
All
will
right.
win that game
All right.
still.
All right. We're gonna keep you in the same goal. So far, we're all aligned, fellas. We're all aligned.
Yeah.
This might be a little different. Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by -6. CeeDee Lamb redemption game. Hello, folks. Welcome to the experience. Good job. Enjoy yourselves. George Pickens will be torching this Giant. The Giants secondary is garbage. This whole game is going to be in the trenches. The defensive line for the Giants, can they get pressure on Prescott? They're going to get a little bit of their stuff. They're going to get
Let's
their
go,
thing.
Wall of Tyler.
Wall of Tyler. They got the Wall of Tyler. And I think what you need to watch out for in this is you got Russell Wilson's right-hand man, Brian Schottenheimer calling plays. It's not that. It's the Giants' offense was so terrible in game 1 that they almost considered going to rookie Jackson Dart. I believe before this game is over, Jackson Dart will be throwing the football.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that will be the case.
I agree.
I have the Cowboys winning 44-7. That is what I think will happen. I'll be watching from the great country of Greece. I will be sitting there. It will be an evening. It will be evening time there. It will be 8 p.m. But I will be sitting there and I will cheer for every single touchdown that I think is going to happen. Darren Bland is a question mark right now. He's in a walking boot.
I saw that.
He's got a bit of a foot injury. No, it's not a foot injury. Sorry. He had a foot injury before. It's an ankle injury. That's something to monitor. However, Trayvon Diggs, buddy, it's your game, brother. You gotta come out here. You gotta ball out here a little bit. You're gonna see a lot of Javonte Williams in this game. I think you're gonna see a lot of plays for him. Kevontae Turpin is another one. There's no doubt in my mind the Cowboys are going. They're at home. The boys are going bucks wild after that one. It's going to be a blowout. That's my prediction.
Yeah, so it was 2023 when Dallas at home
Yes.
was just money,
Dynamite.
just fucking
It
money.
was a beautiful time.
This season needs to be like that season. And against this New York Giants with, oh man,
I want Brian Dable
Like,
to cry.
I
want
saw
him to
as soon
cry.
as you said that Cowboys 44-7, Giants 7, I laughed. But honestly, I see something.
Yeah.
I see
Yep.
that.
Don't you
absolute
see it?
I see
Oh
it.
yeah.
I see it.
This is not all just offensive touchdowns.
No.
I
see a pick six.
I see a pick six in here. I see
or
a pick
skip
six.
and score. There's some sort of defensive touchdown.
A fumble recovery onto where the 1 yard
But
line.
The Cowboys are gonna fucking walk all over the Giants. If they don't,
I am rock hard thinking about a great time here. This is
what
going to
does
be
the
a
Steelers fan thing?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. No, it's okay. I know you guys
Sorry.
go crazy when the
No,
Cowboys.
sorry. How about them Cowboys?
But yeah.
It's the fucking Giants.
Yeah. I know they started like
It's
the last
double.
three
You and I
seasons.
could go out there and we could probably do some
Buddy.
damage against the Giants. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
lie to
I'll be.
But,
You're
yeah.
watching. Where are you watching? This
I'm gonna be in Greece.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be in the Champagne region of France.
Oh,
Buddy.
buddy, it's going to be a doozy. I'm telling you, I am packing very specific layered clothing for Greece, and a lot of it involves Dallas Cowboys merch. And I'm going to
There
be
you go.
dressed out to the nines. I'm going to
There you
be
go.
going, how about them Cowboys in the middle of Greece? It's going to be
There we
great.
go. But yeah, 3 straight seasons the Giants started without a touchdown. Like, that's sad. And I agree with you, G. I think you're going to see Jackson Dart in this one.
Yep.
They got to get the ball to neighbors. And then listen, Dallas, I got good things to say about Dallas except one thing.
Oh,
okay. I love what Dak Prescott is doing. He's looking like a true leader, clapping on the defense, on the sidelines, and he was throwing the ball great. They were running the ball great. CD's going to bounce back, like you said. He's a redemption game. He's going to get his touches. But listen, one gripe I have with the Cowboys.
Oh, boy.
And maybe it's a little biased because I'm a Steelers fan.
I know where you're going with this.
But if George Pickens if the Steelers played the Cowboys and George Pickens lined up against Jalen Ramsey, your boy Pickens would be suspended because he needs to keep his ego in check. Okay,
he is a little.
Is he pulling a Jalen fucking Carter or what?
Last game, no. He the game I watched against the Eagles.
No,
he was grabbing at face mask. He needs to really.
Thing.
He's got to relax. Okay, he's a great talent. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely has to keep his ego in check. I think they do get him the ball a little bit more, but like you said before, Turpin last week, you were mentioning it. They're getting him the ball a lot.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Turpin. That's
my only gripe with the Cowboys right now. I love everything I'm seeing right now. Their defense even played good against the Eagles, stopping the pass. George Pickens, check yourself.
Jadeveon Clowney came for a visit today, fellas. He came for a little visit today. It was a very, very nice visit. Maybe they sign my boy. Maybe they get that thing going here. But yeah, I agree with you. I think George Pickens is going to be. Yeah, he's got to keep himself out of the nonsense there. But no, we got another game where we're all three aligned. The Giants make it very easy for us. Shout out to the Giants and their mediocrity. Rams going on the road to the Titans. They're going in as 5.5 favorites. Titans D is legit. Their offense makes me want to kill myself. But Cam Ward, second game as an NFL starter. I think the Rams generated 41% pressure rate against the Texans in week 1. That's enough to rattle the Tennessee Titans. I don't see. Like, I've got Rams 24, Titans 16, but that 16 is even like, that's generous. That's like a garbage time 16. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Rams win and cover.
Well, of course you do. You have them going all the way.
Have them going all the way. They need to.
Those are your darlings.
Yeah. The Rams are legit this year, though. Like, when they're healthy, Stafford, Nakua, Adams, Williams, every aspect of their offense is great. Like, Titans, I think they'll get it eventually, but when your leading receiver last week was Tony Pollard with 29 receiving yards, and you had 13 penalties, they got to be more disciplined, first of all. And you had a guy that Bill Callahan coached Joe Burrow. Like, where's the creativity with Cam Ward?
Well, he doesn't know the rules of the NFL game yet, so he's still working on those.
That is true.
Maybe he'll know that next time. But I'm assuming you've got Rams as well?
I've got the Rams. They're going to cover the spread in this one, too.
Cool. Moving on, we got the Bears at the Lions. This is a big game for a lot of people. You got Ben Johnson going back to the Lions, visiting Detroit, where it all started. You got the Lions, who are on the brink of are they fraudulent territory. Welcome to the land of expectations, Detroit. They're a little bit reeling after losing to the Packers in week 1. I mean, their offense looked flat. I'll say it how it is here. The Bears defense keeps games close. I really like the Bears defense, actually. I think they make big plays.
Yep.
Like, they're not, obviously there's some gaps there, like they're missing stuff, but like they make some plays. Caleb Williams has got to work on some things. I didn't think that his thing was great last week against the Vikings, but there are flashes there, and I think Ben Johnson will lead them on the right path. So this one was tough for me. I have Detroit winning, but I have the Bears covering. I've got Lions 23, Bears 20. This could swing, though. I can see, like, if you're looking at an underdog thing, I can see the Bears pulling off what I think would be an upset, but I don't know. A lot of this depends on Detroit's offense. They need to get out there, and they need to get going, like, right away. They need to start. They score early, keep it going. What are your guys' thoughts?
Man, this is a trend, but I think Lions win and cover. It's just that defense is going to make Caleb make stupid mistakes, and that's going to be the difference again. Because, I mean, when he made those mistakes against Minnesota, they're bad mistakes.
When they throw the blitz at him, it was very interesting to watch. You could see him almost, like, freak out. and he was almost like he forgot all the poise and everything that he was doing in the first three quarters.
The only thing that's going to be interesting is Ben Johnson in Dan Campbell's head. Like, is Dan Campbell going to is he going to overthink himself and say, I know Ben Johnson, I know what he's going to do, and then Ben Johnson comes out with a completely different game plan and absolutely fucks with Campbell's head. That's the only thing I would see with the Bears having a chance is if Dan Campbell overthinks himself.
We got a clip to go to here. This is Ryan Fitzpatrick talking about the Lions.
Here was my thing with the Lions. I'm not worried because of their quarterback, steady guy. I'm not worried because all the success they had last year. But on offense, it did feel a little different. Maybe losing Ben Johnson is going to be a huge deal. Maybe you can talk me off the ledge a little bit because they still have all the stars and the pieces and the firepower on the outside, which as a quarterback, that's all I care about.
Just remember, too, Fitz, you're changing coordinators, and you've also had some changes there in the interior part of this line. And let's not forget the identity of how everything was built with Ben Johnson. And that was, we are going to run the football at you. We're going to get in different personnels. We're going to play with heavy linemen. We're going to do everything we can. Play actions are going to come off of all this stuff. Like, we are going to, force our physical will on you throughout the football game, and you're going to play a physical game against us, and then we're going to build a lot of stuff off of it. And that's the style of who they are. In this game, they had zero opportunity to get the run game going. The Packers absolutely eliminated them in a run game, in any kind of run game, any explosive plays, any of that stuff. And you look under the time that Dan Campbell's been the head coach, this was their poorest performance from that standpoint. Yeah. So to me, we're going to say it's the play caller, it's going to say this, but it comes down to they're a little different.
That's going to be huge, guys. This is going to be a big-time game for, like you guys said, Ben Johnson versus Dan Campbell. Once again, I think Dan Campbell should be given credit for empowering Ben Johnson to call the plays he did, trusting him to do those things. However, that new coordinator in there they better figure it out here. They better get going. Because like I said, there's not much leeway. I think we're all aligning on the Lions winning.
Yeah. One thing to add, though, I am not a fan of people saying it. And when I watched that Monday night game, like, offensive coordinators can call the greatest schemes that they want. Yeah. But if the quarterback can't execute, like when Caleb Williams got pressured, I think he made some poor decisions, right? And
it comes down to a talent thing.
Yeah. And with the Lions, when you're going to get Hutchinson on them, like, I think this might be a blowout, honestly. I think the Lions at home, I think Dan Campbell has established a culture there. As much as I know they're going to miss the coordinators, but I'm just looking at the Bears right now and watching that second half of the game, Ben Johnson looked frustrated. Like, I'm calling these plays and Caleb is not executing.
The Lions are going to come out hungry. They're going to come out similar to what we had with the Ravens, which is like you got to go out and not just win the game. You need to prove every podcaster, headline writer, guy on Reddit, you need to make sure everyone eats their fucking words when they said the Lions are washed or, oh my God, this, that, and the other. Because, like, your division's not going to get easier. Things are not going to happen for you. You guys got to go and get it. And, like, when the goal is Super Bowl, this is a freebie game. Like you said, this should be a blowout.
It should be.
But these are the games also, especially with these storylines. It's Ben Johnson against Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
This is where being at home, it matters. If this was on the road and it was a 6-point spread, I think the Lions win by field goal. At home with that crowd on your side,
I don't know. They booed the Bears out of the building.
That's also true, but it's still. But being at home,
yeah,
I think it's a blowout. But if it was in Chicago, I think it's a field goal game.
Man, I feel for you Bears fans.
It's a rough go.
Listen, I
think it's just a bad time to be a Chicago sports fan.
Yeah, I cheer for the Cowboys, and listen, like, we have our shit that we deal with, but my God, I cannot even imagine being a Chicago Bears fan in the modern, like, these guys are referencing the 85 team.
Yeah.
Like, there is still, that's it. That's all. And, like, we're nothing better. Like, we just got the 90s, but, like, at least there's hopes and grimaces of, like, fruition for us. There's headlines. There's things happening.
Well, last playoff win was 2010.
Dear God.
How sad is that?
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Prayers up to the Bears fans. You know what? Prayers up. Well, maybe hey, invite us out to a game. Maybe that's what you guys are missing. You guys need the Red Zone Blitz in attendance. Next game. This is going to be a highly pivotal matchup in our fantasy football league. We got the Seahawks and the Steelers. Talk about a reunion, fellas. DK Metcalf playing his former team. Let's listen in before we get into the game from Coach Mike Tomlin on what he thinks about DK Metcalf.
Man, he is a professional. But I can't say that I was surprised by it. You do your research. You know, this is a small league in the big scheme of things, and certainly you know about the significant players, not only their talents, but their relationship with their game, their lifestyle, if you will, and all of those things were really positive components of his profile, and one of the reasons why we were really excited about acquiring him.
Wow. Okay. Seahawks fans, you aren't going to like this. Sam Darnold maybe should not have gone out and got him. That's what I'm going to start with. I don't think he's the quarterback for that team. I don't think anything about that last game really excited me, and I say that as a JSN owner in all of my fantasy football leagues. I love JSN. However, the run game's got to be better. You have Kenneth Walker there, but Zach Charbonnet's taking bulk of the touches. The plays are they're not exciting at all. There's no motion. There's none of that. Aaron Rodgers looks like a fucking Aaron Rodgers. Something about the Steelers getting players that maybe people look at them and they're like, you know what, this is fucking wild. This guy's like in his mid-30s and after his prime. What the hell are we doing here? Aaron Rodgers looks like a Steeler. He looks good.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey, oh my.
Dog.
Oh my days.
Dog.
My days, oh my. Like, that guy, I'm scared for the people that own JSN, which is myself. I'm scared of having that experience of that, and you have TJ Watt pumping out of the line. It's gonna be a rough one, Seahawks fans. I'm sorry. It is local people that are there. You know, there's people here in my ear. Oh my God, the Seahawks, the culture, the legacy, blah 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 blah. I think this is going to be a waste of fuel. I don't think they should. They got Steelers at -3.
Well, the game's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh. I think it's a waste of fuel. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they got a plane going from Seattle to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Which we'll be taking because we'll be going to the NFL draft. Shout out to the fellas. I think, this is a waste of fuel for the Seahawks. I think traveling all that way, getting down to Pittsburgh, because I don't think it's going to be very nice to them down there. They got a -3 Steelers. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to be mean in my best Stephen A. impersonation. Let's be nice. I'm going to give Steelers 26-20. It could get bad, though. It could get bad.
Where the Seahawks score 20?
That's what I mean. That I have like a defensive touchdown in there somewhere. Like I think they get an interception on Rodgers, or maybe it's a fumble or whatever. I think their running backs, the only people on the Pittsburgh Steelers who I'm a little weary about is their running backs. I think they maybe get a fumble. That could easily be 6. That could easily be 12. Like I don't know what the Seahawks are. They're trying to do this whole retool on the fly thing, and props to them. Looked great last year with Geno Smith. Was promising. I don't like their head coach. I think he's very boring.
Really? I think he's actually
the Seahawks.
Decent. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like his play calls on offense. I think his run, the thing for me is it reminds me of Mike McCarthy, where every first down's a run, and it's a run inside zone. I would like him to use some more stretch plays, some end arounds, some maybe jet sweeps. And here's my word of the year. Basically, I love motion. You know what? We're gonna have merch line soon for you guys. We're gonna have merch line soon. T-shirt motion quote. That's gonna be the first T-shirt. It's gonna be motion Red Zone Blitz. That's what we're gonna do. Listen, fellas. I don't think they're going to 20. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, Mr. Steelers fan Matthew. Yeah. Before that, Brandon, lay it on him. What do you got?
I think the Steelers win and cover 3. Yeah, at home.
I think so. I think that's an easy bet, eh?
We keep saying this, but I keep saying win and cover And we know that's not. If it was this easy, we'd be right all the time and we'd be fucking millionaires. But
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to make a very degenerate parlay after this.
oh, I think I have. You just look at them in the matchups. And
Fiending.
you just look at the matchups and just being at home. All these teams with the matchups, just being at home. It's just like I just don't see these teams going on the road and pulling it off, other than the Patriots right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Darnold at home looked rough going up against the Niners, and now he goes up against the Steelers. Like you said, Jalen Ramsey looked like a dog, man.
Dude, it's not even he looked like a dog. He sounds like a dog.
Sounds like a dog.
Every single snap, he's in the
He's
wide
just
receiver.
happy to be out of fucking Miami.
Every single snap, he's
exactly.
he's in the wide receiver zero going, I'm gonna fuck your fucking.
I'm out of Miami. I hate to play meaningful football.
Exactly.
I'm fucking in. Let's fucking go.
Exactly.
I'm gonna rip someone's fucking head off.
Exactly.
Yeah, that man is all about the cultures, traded in a sports car, got a truck, all about the blue collar way that the Steelers embody. Rodgers is looking like a dog, man. 4 touchdowns. Like, I think they're going to get the ball to Metcalf a lot in this game.
Calvin Austin, man.
Or even the tight ends, man. They got 4.
They do have a plethora of tight ends.
Spread them out. Use them in the red zone. Get the run game going. The defense looks great as usual. I think the Steelers are going to beat the brakes off of these Seahawks, man. I think Darnold's going to be out of this game. I think Milroe's going to have to come in. I think Walker can't save you. Cooper Kupp, I don't know where the hell he is.
This Seahawks fans, listen to me here. I'm gonna talk to you guys. Walker is reminding me a lot of what Todd Gurley was near the end of his Rams career, where they trot him out there. He's not that guy anymore, guys. I don't think he was ever that guy.
There was flashes.
There were flashes of stuff, but
But he was never like the dominant.
Like he wasn't in the
and
top
he got
5 in the
hurt too
league,
much.
and I think guys, it's Zach Charbonnet season, and I think that's what you guys should go to. But oh man, Kenneth Walker, I'd be scared. Moving on, fellas. We got 49ers at the Saints. 49ers go into New Orleans -4.5 favorites.
They're banged up, though.
They are. I don't know what.
Very.
Dak win against Seattle came at some cost. You got Kittle out. Purdy is questionable. Mac Jones will probably be starting. Juwan Jennings is kind of banged up. He's doing his thing. Listen, this would be a pick me. Like, this would be a gimme if they were all healthy. Like, this would be fucking easy. I think San Francisco's got the talent. Unfortunately for Mr. Kellen Moore and Mr. Spencer Rattler, I think they still have the talent, and a lot of people don't talk about that defense. I think Bosa is going to introduce himself to Mr. QB1 Spencer Rattler very, very quickly, and they're going to have a nice introduction in New Orleans, eat some gumbo in middle of the field after he takes his lunch money. I think the Saints, they close the gap a little bit just because the 49ers are as banged up. I got them at 21-17. It's 49ers to win and cover.
I think this is going to be an ugly game. But with San Fran, this has to be the McCaffrey game. Like,
that is an important point, yes, because now you got to be the dog to carry your team to victory.
But it's funny because they came out and said, "Oh, he's injured," and everyone lost their shit. And then he comes out and he balls out.
He looks very good.
So
he looks very good.
But if San Fran is gonna win, it's got to be because of him. Not just putting up the points, but just keeping the offense on the field. And not letting the Saints offense on the field, but I don't know. This is gonna be an ugly game. What was the spread? 4.5?
They got 4.5 for the 49ers.
You know what? Fuck, I'll say 49ers win, but I'm gonna say Saints cover.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm not putting money on that, but I will.
Wow.
I will put that out there.
All right. What about you, man?
I can't keep saying that every team that wins is gonna cover. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be an ugly game.
This is going to be a beautiful parlay we're going to cook up after this. But we're going to sit here and we're going to cook up all these parlays. It's going to be very nice.
So you got 49ers.
I've got 49ers to win and cover, yes.
I got 49ers to win, but Saints beat the spread.
So this is going to sound nuts. So if Purdy does not play and it is Mac Jones, Kittle hurt, Juwan Jennings injured, I got the Saints winning this game, believe it or not. I liked what I saw out of Spencer Rattler, and I think they're going to give the ball to Kamara, and I think Kellen Moore is going to show off his football mindset and schemes.
I mean, I hope so.
And I think the Saints are going to win. I
would love the Saints.
That would be great for your parlay.
Look, if the game was in San Francisco, probably different story. But I think the game's in New Orleans. There's no Purdy. There's no Kittle. It's going to be tough on McCaffrey. Like, if they have to rely only on McCaffrey, and Juwan Jennings is out, or potentially out.
My oh my.
I like
the dog
Saints. I think the Saints.
The dog's he's lining things up for a great New Orleans trip where we go watch an LSU game.
Buddy.
He's got all these friends in New Orleans that like his takes now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go watch a Saints game too. He's planting the seed with you Saints fans. He's planting the seed.
This is their moment.
Hello.
This is the domino effect is happening.
There we
I don't
go.
know. Maybe they don't want to win the game and they want to get Arch Manning. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But all right, no, that's fair. That's fair. Next game, we got Panthers versus Cardinals. Cardinals are at home. They're 6.5-point favorites. Kyler Murray is not good at throwing the ball deep. That limits Arizona's ceiling. The Carolina defense smothered the vertical passes against Jacksonville. My take is it's a close game. Arizona closes it. Arizona, wins barely, but the Panthers cover. So I got it. Cardinals winning 23-19, but the Panthers cover that spread. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Arizona's going to win. They should win this game. I mean, the Panthers are not really good on defense. They give up a lot of points. And, I mean, the Cardinals are good when they run the ball with Connor, and I think they're probably going to mix in Benson. I know Renfrow might be coming back for the
Panthers. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just see, this is a game Arizona should win. And then they have a favorable schedule coming up.
The Panthers missed Thielen. I know they traded him away, but I think they missed Thielen. That's my take on watching the Panthers play. Tet's going to take some time to get up to it. Legette's young. They got Croker who's injured. But there's something about having Adam Thielen out there that I think they miss. Having Hunter Renfrow back will definitely help them there.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals winning and covering.
Oh, you got them covering as well. Oh,
yep.
Nice.
Same.
Both of you guys have them winning. Okay, gotcha. We got Broncos -2 at the Colts. Go on, fellas. Go on.
Okay, I think...
Sing the song. Sing the song.
No.
Sing, this is our Colts.
No.
People are going to get mad that you're unfortunately no Colts fans here.
That I unfortunately no Colts.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hello.
Okay. Daniel Jones had a great game. Okay? The Colts had a great game. But let's pump the brakes on the fucking Indianapolis Colts, okay? Look, if you've played football before... And when you have an offense like the Miami Dolphins giving up the ball every fucking 2 minutes and your defense has to roll out on the field exhausted and on fumes, what do you think's going to happen? Of course the Colts are going to beat up on Miami when you have the defense playing most of the game. So I think we got to chill with the Colts a little bit. This is a tough opponent against the Broncos. They probably had the best defense last year next to Minnesota. So I have the Broncos winning this one. And yeah, like you said, 23-7. I think it's going to be around that score.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. No offense to the Colts fan. We had Seth Erskine's NFL Fan of the Year, Colts super fan on the podcast. Listen, love that guy. Going to have him back on. We've talked. It's going to be great. This Denver Broncos defense is not the Miami defense.
No.
Sean Payton is not Mike McDaniel. This team is not... I sound like Pat McAfee right now, but this team is not built like Miami. They are built to destroy you on defense, and they are built... This is another team that, they got kind of embarrassed. They beat the Titans, but they did not have the showing they wanted to have. They're a team out for blood. Daniel Jones... Great Cinderella story. Love it. Shout out to him. Great awesomeness that you showed there. Sean Payton's coming for your throat. And I would be very, very, very scared if I was an Indianapolis Colts fan right now. I would be clutching your pearls and basically wishing that all the things happen the way you want them. But you know what? I got Broncos 23, Colts 7. I think it's just going to be a murder on the defensive side of the ball for Denver.
Yeah, I'm taking Broncos to win and cover.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think Sean Payton has like a Pierre Thomas, Reggie Bush thing going on with Harvey and Dobbins. I think they got a really good dual threat running back.
I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I really like what the Broncos are doing. I think they can make some noise in that division.
I think they're going to bait Daniel Jones. I think they're going to bait him to making some stupid fucking throws.
He's going to throw the ball like he is like Pat.
He's confident right now. He's on a high.
He's going to throw
and
the
they're
ball.
Going to bait him. They're going to bait him to make that throw.
They got Pat Surtain back there.
Yep.
And Pat Surtain is going to take the ball away. Like this game, they're going to make him think he's Peyton Manning. And they're going to very much abuse him. It's going to be very choochy what they're going to do to him. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Super Bowl rematch before we head to Sunday night's primetime game. Sunday night. Eagles -1 going into Arrowhead. Listen, Xavier Worthy banged up. Wide receivers not very good. There's not a lot to write home about. Travis Kelce came on his podcast, admitted that he needs to know better. He cannot be running into his own teammates. Thank you, Travis, for pointing out the obvious.
Doesn't change the fact that I got fucking iced.
That is true.
And I got squid gamed.
You got squid gamed and iced. You are out of the running.
Travis Kelce. Fuck you.
Fangio, like Philly had some coverage issues against Dallas. I think Fangio
and of course he's on the fucking TV just scoring a touchdown right now. Go fuck yourself.
There it is.
We're watching replays.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's not scoring touchdowns.
not right now.
Fangio should probably clean up those Philly coverage issues they had against Dallas. I would hope so. I think that's kind of the plan there.
And Jalen Carter will be
playing,
assuming he doesn't spit on Mahomes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please spit on Mahomes. Just do it.
I can't take it in me to bet on the Eagles. So I'm going to go Chiefs. I'm going to go 31-21 Chiefs.
I agree. I think the Chiefs will pull this one off. I think at home.
They're at home.
I really don't like what the Eagles are not throwing the ball. Like they're just running the ball. I just.
What will be interesting to see is how they game plan because they shut down Saquon in the Super Bowl. Like they really committed to shutting him down, and you saw that okay, Jalen Hurts got his throw at AJ. Is AJ Brown gonna get more than one reception?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to see. I want to see.
You might see meltdowns in on the sidelines.
Yeah,
because they're I don't know. I think the Chiefs they're a little also like another team that was a little bit embarrassed. I think they're a little embarrassed about what happened in Brazil. I think they had numerous reports confirmed they had food poisoning, so they had the shits. So I think they will be in a little bit better spirits at home, and I've got the Chiefs. I've got them winning, man. I got them winning there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I obviously can't take the fucking Eagles. So
that is how it works.
Are you guys ever going to take the Eagles?
Fuck no. They play the fucking Giants. I will
bet on the Giants. I will bet on
the fucking Dolphins.
Wait a minute.
They can play a fucking college team. I'm taking the college team.
So this is
Division 2, Division 3.
This is how you do it.
Fucking JUCO.
So this is
I'm taking the fucking JUCO team over the Eagles.
This is how you do it. Cowboys fans, if you're listening to me, when you're making your betting slips, when you're making your parlays, you're making all that lovely stuff that's going on, you don't need to bet on all the games. Just take the Eagles one out of there.
Yo, I'm not putting money on it.
No,
but I'm not
gonna put them on the slip. The slip we're gonna do.
But I'm never
this,
taking them.
They ain't getting on there. However, if someone were to come up to me in the street and be like, "The Philadelphia Eagles versus your high school football team," I'm going to take my high school football team. I don't have it in my heart. I don't have it in my DNA is not built to cheer for the Eagles.
Ever.
I would rather. Let's see. What is it?
You'd probably pick that fake team. Remember that fake university?
Yes.
You'd pick that fake university.
I rather get myself my arms right now, very hairy arms, hot wax at the speed of basically a snail, than cheer for the Eagles ever in my life. I will never cheer for that ugly green. I will never cheer for anything that comes out of that city now. Nothing. Just disgusting. You guys let Allen Iverson walk. Disgusting. Anyways. Sunday Night Football, fellas. Sunday Night Football. Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings are favorites at home, 4.5. Okay. First of all, let's pump the brakes on J.J. McCarthy being the next greatest quarterback to ever grace our eyes.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, way too many people giving this guy the Tom Brady crown after one quarter of fathomable football.
Yeah, did we see the first three?
It was
nasty.
Okay, Kevin O'Connell can coach. That's what
he can.
That man can coach, man. That man can coach.
Not in the playoffs, but
he can coach. Penix had week 1 heroics. Florida's defense is a bit of a stiffer test for him. I don't trust Michael Penix. I don't think it's real. Sorry, man. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like I'm a little bit of a lefty hater. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks. But I think Michael Penix. Sorry.
The fuck you got against lefties, man?
Hey, not against all lefties, just lefty quarterbers. I just don't think I don't know.
I just saw you holding the pen in your left
Yeah,
hand.
he's a lefty. Sorry, but listen,
I play baseball though.
Listen,
so.
he had his moments. I watched Atlanta's game. There were moments of greatness. I was like, wow, oh my god! And then they got into the red zone, and it was just absolutely terrible. So my take on the situation is the Vikings win. I'll give the cover to Falcons. I'll give it to Atlanta. I'll give it to them. City of illustrious strip clubs. The capital of the world. And the best chicken wings. Shout out Lou Williams. I will give it to them. They will cover. Also, fellas, I have exciting news.
What's that?
What's up?
It's very exciting. I have not broken this news to you guys yet, so I've been waiting.
This is going to be new.
Next year, we are invited very cordially, not to Minnesota. Thank you to the fine folks of the Peach State. Thank you. They listened to my college football segment. They enjoyed what I had to offer. Thank you to the folks in Georgia, and particularly Atlanta, actually. Shout out to them. We have a season ticket holder that has sent us basically a confirmation that we get to pick a game next year. We got 3 tickets to go to watch the Atlanta Falcons.
That's fucking
Wow.
sweet.
So shout out to our listener Courtney McDougall. She listened to the podcast. She's a season ticket holder. She wants to bring us down to Atlanta to watch a game. I don't know where the seats are.
But this is next year.
This is next year.
Yeah,
yes,
next
for
year.
next
Okay.
season. Yeah. This is for next season.
I'm spending enough on trips.
Our schedules are a little tied up right now, but we've got next year to plan for this. The Red Zone Blitz is headed to Atlanta. Thank you so much. That was very, very generous of you. We really appreciate it. We can't thank everybody enough. There's so many people that have reached out. We got Washington Huskies. We got the Washington State Cougars who have invited us out. Thank you to you guys as well. There's the NFL for inviting us out to the NFL draft. There's tons of you guys. We can't thank you guys enough, but Atlanta, baby, we're coming. The Red Zone Blitz in Atlanta, the home of trap music, the mecca of strip clubs and chicken wings. We will be there. We'll be there in all spirits. It'll be a great time. For that reason, yes, I do have the Falcons to cover. Shout out Atlanta.
But you don't have them winning?
I don't have them winning.
See, you should have waited until we had our picks, because now we're going to sound like we're kissing ass here.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Here's my reasoning, though.
The Falcons are winning every game from the rest of the games.
Should have waited, but I'm going to say Falcons win straight up. Now, this is a tale of 2 games. Falcons are coming off a game against the Bucs where they score late, but then Baker marched downfield and they lost. Vikings came out on a fucking high with, obviously, 27 points in the fourth quarter?
Mm-hmm.
So you come off those 2 games, I think the Falcons are going to win straight up. And I'm not saying that just now. That's why I said you should have waited, because now I sound like I'm kissing ass. But no, I think Atlanta wins straight up.
Yeah, it's also going to sound like I'm kissing ass, but I had Atlanta before you mentioned that. I really like what Penix is doing. That last fourth quarter,
he looked good all game, to be honest.
He looked really good. He looked really calm.
All right,
He
fellas.
made plays, very athletic.
And obviously with Texas,
out.
I got to go with Bijan. I need Bijan to have a big
Bijan,
game.
big boy Bijan, you know what it is.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Yeah. Minnesota looks good too.
Hey, no. I listen.
Oh, you got to change your pick.
Listen.
You got to change your pick.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right. You know. Normally we don't change picks around here. We just keep it as it is. We let it roll. The generosity of the people that listen to this podcast and the people that write to us, the people that support us, share our content, the people that are there for us. Like, there's tons of people. Tanya, the Washington Huskies, I'm going to shout out her. We got Caitlin out in the NFL. We got to shout out her as well. We got to shout out a bunch of people. Hold on, let me remember. We got Brad out in Washington State. Shout out to you. And then obviously Courtney. Man, shout out to you. You got listening. She's a huge Atlanta Falcons fan. Her whole family goes to games. They're very, very generous. She was telling me her whole story about how they give out games to inner city youth. They give out their tickets. They've got tickets spread across the stadium. We're going to talk more about all the stuff that Courtney does. My goal is to have her on the podcast. If we cannot make it work, obviously, we're going to make sure that we get info about the stuff that they do. They do great charitable work. I wanted to make sure I announce this live on the podcast. This was too good for a WhatsApp group message. I gotta go with the Falcons now, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta go with the Falcons.
There's the ass kissing.
There's the ass kissing that we love.
Yeah.
We're gonna go Falcons, and we're gonna go Falcons cover. All right. How's that?
You taking the Falcons to cover to win?
I got them to win.
There we go.
Yeah, I got Falcons to win. Monday Night Football, we got 2 games. We got Buccaneers at Texans. Texans are at home. They're -2.5. Listen, I'm going to keep this very straight with you. Houston, not a good team. Buccaneers are going to win this game.
They need Tank Dell. They need Tank. Stroud needs Tank Dell.
Dude, they are terrible. Yeah, I'm watching Houston play right now, and I was just like, oh, my God. Like,
we got a problem.
There's a problem. Exactly. Houston, we got a problem. I got Bucs winning and covering.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, same.
The second Monday night game, we got Chargers-Raiders, divisional game. Fellas.
I think this will be close.
You're going to see a lot of vertical routes run.
Yes.
You're going to see a lot of big-time passes in this game. You're going to see a Lad McConkey have himself a game here.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is on an elite level, ladies and gentlemen. He is dating a new woman. He is a part of her music videos. He knows that he might be the most attractive man in the NFL. He knows he might be the most marketable man in the NFL. He lives in LA. He signed a big contract. Great jerseys, powder blue. He knows what's at stake here. He's got a great coach. He's got a great system. The Chargers. The Chargers are going to win. Yeah. But it's going to be a little closer than people think. We got Geno Smith. You know what? They count him out every time he comes back in. You got Pete Carroll at expertise coaching. You got big boy Ashton Genty. Hey, did not have a great game when it comes to fantasy production, but he was watching those blitzes like a hawk. Brock Bowers, a little bit hurt. I think Brock Bowers is going to play. But I think Michael Mayer is going to play too. Notre Dame product, Michael Mayer, he's going to have himself a game. I think the Raiders keep it close. I think Max Crosby has himself a day. Big dog Max Crosby. I think the Raiders are going to eat a little bit on the defensive side. Don't be surprised if there's a little defensive point going on there. You got a little bit of a little interception here, a little fumble there. I can see that happening. I got Chargers winning, Raiders covering, fellas. How about you?
I'm sorry for Brandon on this one, but the LA Rams can move aside. All right.
Oh boy.
The LA Chargers are the team in LA, and and Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, you're gonna move over too.
Oh my days.
Madison Beer is gonna be America's sweetheart now.
Oh my
because the
days.
LA Chargers are gonna win that division, and Justin Herbert is gonna be the new maybe the face of the NFL.
Boom.
Maybe the face of the NFL. I think Jim Harbaugh loves to throw the ball. Like Omarion Hampton, if he gets the ball, it's going to be out of the backfield. They're going to throw him the ball. It's going to go to McConkey, Quentin Johnston. They got the ball out quick. They get it out fast. They got Joe Alt, captain on the offensive line. That defense looks good with Derwin James. Like, that guy's a dog. And, yeah, I think the Raiders are going to put up a fight. They will. But I really like the Chargers this year. And what they showed up against the Chiefs, too. In Brazil.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
oh, man. He's going Chargers.
You know what the best thing about the Rams and the Chargers are?
Oh, boy.
What's that?
They're in different fucking conferences. It doesn't fucking
No,
matter.
I'm saying city-wise. I'm saying
The
city-wise.
rulers of the city,
The rulers
which are
of the
still
city.
different conferences.
which are still the
Which
Dallas
I know.
Cowboys. Have you ever seen a Rams home game?
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is going to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a field goal game. So I'm going to go with, let's see. Raiders are going to beat the spread at 3.5. I fucking hate 3.5 spread.
3.5 is
So
my favorite number.
Getting you a jersey.
Hey,
I'm gonna get
we
a
got-
jersey.
Hey,
for
hey,
3.5.
no. Red Zone Blitz merch. Red Zone Blitz merch. We got motion. And we got 3.5.
3.5.
I fucking hate it because even if you buy the point to 3, you're betting on a tie if you think a field goal. If Chargers win by a field goal, so I'm going to go with Raiders beat the spread. I do think Chargers are going to win by that field goal, but it makes no sense to even buy half a point because you're betting that Chargers are going to win by 3. That's a fucking dumb bet, but. Yeah, no, I'm going to say Chargers win, but Raiders cover 3.5.
Oh. Well, there you go, fellas. There you go. We got our NFL preview in here. Hope you guys enjoyed that NFL preview. Like, we're going to be extensive in our previews. I think that's a little bit of a feedback that we've gotten is they want us to dive deep. They want us to get in there. They want us to provide our insight. We're going to be doing that. Should we move on to college football, fellas? We can't forget about college. Let's get in there.
Let's go.
We got the Saturday Showdown.
Saturday Showdown.
Oh, yeah. Hello. We're Saturday Showdown, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be introducing what we call the Red Zone Blitz streaming guide. So this is what we're going to give you. We're going to give you the best teams on paper, the best potential chaos matchups that you can get, and then a sleeper matchup that you should watch. There's tons of college football that you should be watching. I know you guys are busy. You guys can't watch it all, so we're going to be doing that for you. Let's go right into it. Thursday. Let's say you're waiting for the NFL game to start. You want something to watch? Well, there's only one game on. You got North Carolina State at Wake Forest. The Wolfpack are 2-0 after topping Virginia 35-31 in week 2. They pulled off that comeback win at home with 3 third-quarter rushing touchdowns. Running back Hollywood Smothers, elite name, had 2 of them. He also has one of the coolest names in sports. Wake Forest is 2-0 as well. Langston Hardy, son of Illinois' All-American linebacker Kevin Hardy, had 2.5 sacks in last week's blowout of Western Carolina. Listen, if you're a college football fan, you're trying to get some football action on a Thursday, you got one option. It's North Carolina State at Wake Forest. Moving on to Friday. Best on paper, Kansas State at Arizona. That's a 9 p.m. Eastern start on Fox. You got a narrow spread. It's 1.5 points going to the hosts. High total. So they got a 54.5 point total on the highest of all the Friday lineups. K-State is 1-2, but all 3 games have been sufficiently entertaining and decided by just a field goal. Quarterback Avery Johnson is all over the place, but his best stuff earns the payoff. His counterpart, Arizona's Noah Fifta, was a breakout in 2023 and has a cannon. He's only 5'10". There's a bit of a short king, Noah, but he's got a cannon. Anything to add there, fellas, for Kansas State, Arizona? I think that's pretty straightforward. That is your best ranked.
Kansas State needs to win this game.
Yeah, they got to get in there.
They do.
If you're looking for chaos, the best chaos game on Friday, you got Colorado at Houston. Should we call them the Fighting Primes? They've already called in their third-string quarterback. Ryan Staub may have forced the issue after he was shining in relief of Caden Salter last Saturday. As we've talked about in previous weeks, Colorado has a permanent reservation for a chaos agent. So, like, anytime you're watching football, if you got a chance to watch the Buffaloes, it might be worthwhile turning it on. You never know what might happen. Houston is undefeated after beating up on Stephen F. Austin and Rice. Connor Weeman, the local transfer from Texas A&M, has a high ceiling under center. So that goes at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Shout out to Coach Prime for what he's doing out there. Now moving on to Saturday, fellas. Saturday's beautiful time. I will be catching a flight, but if you guys are watching football, the best on paper is number 12, Clemson at Georgia Tech. The The Tigers have won this matchup 9 consecutive times under Dabo Swinney, and Clemson is a narrow road favorite against 2-0 Georgia Tech. You better believe Atlanta's North Avenue will be rocking for this rivalry game. Best chaos game, the best I could come up with was Wisconsin at Alabama. We talked at length about Alabama and the potential collapse that may be coming, but can you imagine if Alabama loses again?
Please do. Please do. Come on, Wisconsin. We need you.
Their loss from FSU was seismic, and it forced Kalen DeBoer to address his job security. Tied wideout Ryan Williams, who was on the heels of Jeremiah Smith not too long ago, is primed for a star turn on the national stage. If you're a Wisconsin Badgers fan, they will certainly try to junk the rhythm and slop up proceedings through a defense-oriented coach in Luke Fickell. So if you're hunting, if you're cheering against the grain, if you're trying to figure out, who's going to chooch it up this week, that's a good game to watch in the morning. The sleeper that I've got for Saturday morning is Memphis at Troy. The second closest spread in the noon window at 4.5 behind the Tigers and Yellow Jackets at 3.5. Troy gave Clemson a run for its money, jumping out to a 16-0 lead before slipping in the second half. And hey, Memphis pounds the rock, and I feel like this is going to be an offense-heavy outcome. So if you're looking for a sleeper game to watch, that would be one. Moving in afternoon. Oh man, the Vols. You got number 6 Georgia going to Tennessee, who are ranked number 15th. Marquee banger that earns the network's lead broadcast team of Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Holly Rowe. This is the 4th consecutive time that Georgia and Tennessee are both ranked for their annual matchup that they get into. Shout out to both of them. The Bulldogs have won 8 in a row, which means Knoxville will be knocking in pursuit of an upset. Each defense is stocked with pro-level talents. You got Vols quarterback Joey Aguilar, who's a quick release, and he's got that infectious energy. And then, of course, you got Bulldog Gunnar Stockton. He comes from a town called Tiger, Georgia, who has a population of 422, fellas. Diamond in the rough. That will be your best on-paper matchup. Anything to add for Bulldogs, Tennessee?
That game is going to be a good game in Tennessee. I don't know if I can watch that game. I don't know if I'll be on a flight. But
the thing is, I always look at the college football schedule, and I'm always like, okay, if I won the lottery and I owned my own jet and I could go to any game, that would be one of them, man.
That's
going to a Vols game when they're playing a team like Georgia where things matter, and obviously, Georgia is the heavy favorite going into it. They beat the shit out of the Vols every single year, but I think being in attendance for that where stakes are so high, it almost makes it that is you can't miss that experience. The Chaos Agent, South Florida, baby. Oh man, talk about Cinderella. They're going into Miami, who are ranked number 5. The Hurricanes have Carson Beck, a captain of chaos and the most compelling watch ever since his transfer. Hey, he might be playing for the Miami Dolphins. Hello. South Florida is ranked for the first time in 7 seasons and is early front runner for 2025's Team of Destiny. Alec Golis is coached his upstart Bulls to a 34-7 silencing of then Boise State, and then they went on and they stunned their big brother in Florida. It reminds me of the time when Matthew took down the Chooch in the GFL, when he went out there and he took care of business.
Beautiful times.
Hello. They had a walk-off kick from Nico Gramatic, son of Martin. Gramatic. That could be a game where if you see South Florida coming in to an early start, that could be one game that you see them kind of roaring and people going, what the hell? Change the channel. Miami's about to lose to South Florida. What are your guys' thoughts?
If South Florida, so they beat Boise, who was ranked at the time. They upset Florida.
But people don't understand. Brandon, give it to them in okay. Give it to them. A lot of people listening are not familiar with college football. Give it to them in context. That's not just an upset. That's an upset from your state.
Yeah, obviously that's a state rival. Florida, they've got a huge schedule, and Florida, their schedule doesn't get easier. That loss that cooks Florida basically.
I think they're done.
They're done with that because
I don't think they're going to the playoffs.
You have no room for error now. And
they're
obviously
done.
You look at their schedule. They're not going to win out. They're not.
We talked about this in the summer when we talked about all the teams going into the summer, and we're like, you know what? Matthew, I think, brought it up when Matthew was like, Florida, if they mess up early on and they fuck around and find out, they are doomed for the later. They're not making the playoffs.
No, yeah, they're on, and they have a tough schedule too.
Exactly, exactly.
That's very difficult for them, but every game matters, especially when you don't play as much as like the NFL does. So, yeah, that's huge. South Florida, though, who would ever thought going to be ranked?
So here's the thing: you just beat 2 ranked opponents.
Yep.
If you beat 3 ranked opponents, and then again, it's another Florida team, so you just beat Florida. Now you're going into Miami. If they beat Miami, South Florida is a top 10 team.
Yeah,
easy.
Oh yeah,
I think
easy.
You got to put them. You got to consider them up there.
Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. It's gonna be tough to go in and beat 3 ranked opponents. Especially after Florida, you go into Miami because it's in Miami.
So they got Florida, and they got SC State after that, winnable. Based off of, if you base it off the team, okay. So base it off the teams they've already. Let's go into this under the assumption they go and they upset Miami, right? Their next game's SC State, South Carolina State. I think they beat that.
Yeah, that's a win.
They got Charlotte.
That's a win.
That's a win. South Florida against North Texas. That's a win. Florida Atlantic. That's a win. You go Memphis. That's a win. I think so. I think if you
that's a win. But that's a tougher game.
If you've taken down Miami, Florida, and Boise State, I think you win those games. You got UTSA. That's a win. Navy. That's a win. UAB. That's a win. Rice. That's a win. Their toughest test right now is Miami.
Like they're going. They've already been through half of the gauntlet.
They've been through their gauntlet.
They finished their gauntlet.
Yeah.
They won it. They did their whole thing, and now they
Exactly.
can go on a road to basically being undefeated. I've seen weirder things. But that is like, if they can take care of business against Miami, and listen, I kind of like what Miami's got going. I like what Miami, like the personality of Miami and the defense and the way guys are jumping after the ball. I like what I'm seeing from Miami. Do I think Miami's going to lose this game? No, I do not. And I'm no college football prodigy like our buddy Joel Norris at the Pigskin Frenzy. However, I just want to say, if South Florida finds a way to do it, this is the chaos game. Like, this is the game that you want to tune into to be like, what now? They did what? Going to our sleeper for that window, we got Pittsburgh at West Virginia. West Virginia limps into this rivalry after a shitty loss to Ohio 17-10. This is a rivalry game. The backyard brawl still means everything to those on either side of the Interstate 79. This year's version of the Appalachian All-Timer features the return of Rick Rodriguez on the West Virginia sideline, while Pat Narduzzi's Panthers are paced by NFL hopeful linebacker Kyle Lewis and air-it-out QB Eli Holston. You know what? Kyle Lewis is going to be a very, very good linebacker going into the NFL. He's going to be a dog. For anything else, if you guys like defense and you guys are cheering for shitty teams like the Giants, the Saints, who else is Dolphins? We got what? We got the Eagles. Throw the Eagles in the mix. This is a linebacker you guys want. Cowboys too, man. Cowboys fans. Kyle Lewis. That's the linebacker you want on your team. The evening window. Best on paper. Man, A&M against Notre Dame. We got 16th ranked A&M going into number 8 Notre Dame. Primetime slot on NBC. The Irish need a boost here after their 3-point week 1 loss to Miami and their awkward early bye last Saturday. The Aggies look alive on offense thanks to Marcel Reed's arm and legs. He's got 7 passing touchdowns and a rushing score so far. Much will change probably between now and November, but A&M is currently the only ranked opponent left on Notre Dame's independent schedule. This is big for Notre Dame.
All I'm going to say about this game is Notre Dame, you better take care of fucking business. Fuck TAMU.
Yeah, you got to beat them. Like, and this is the thing, like, if you're an Irish fan right now, I used to be one. If you're an Irish fan right now, these are your marbles for the playoffs. Like, you got to go in there, you got to win. The best chaos, I know Matthew's going to like this one. The best chaos game, we got Florida going into number 3 LSU. You know what? We wonder how Florida might follow up its deflating loss in an in-state little brother that they lost to last week. How about an upset of its enemy in Death Valley. The Gators pulled it off last fall, and quarterback DJ Lagway is back with another year of experience and confidence. In each of the past 4 previous losing efforts before that, Florida put up 34 points against LSU. In the booth, you got Sean McDonough, Greg McClure, and Molly McGrath are going to be calling this SEC showcase. I mean, I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here, but I'm starting to believe LSU might be a little bit better than people thought they were.
Yeah. You better believe it.
I think LSU is a lot better than people probably gave him credit going into the year. I think Brian Kelly is coaching for his life, basically.
Yeah.
That definitely has something to do with it. Garrett Nussmeier looks good, man.
Garrett Nussmeier looks good. Cade Durham looks really good, too. I know they're high on him. Defense looks solid. The big thing with Kelly, though, is like when the big games, playoff time comes.
When it's high stakes.
It's high stakes. That's with him. Like, he's gotta prove that he belongs in the SEC, right? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So no, listen. If I can get Wi-Fi internet, where this is going to be, I believe this is 7:30. I might be in Toronto at the airport having a layover. Yeah. This is the game that I'm going to tell the guy at the bar to be like, hey, man, can you throw that Florida LSU game on? This is a big game for people that are listening to this. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't watch college football. Where should I watch it? ABC, 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time. This is the game that I think you cannot miss. This is the one.
Yeah, it's a good QB matchup.
Yes, sir.
Right?
DJ Lagway versus Garrett Nussmeier, that's huge.
So it's funny how when we were doing the season previews, I said this game has the potential to be a huge game for LSU if LSU had a loss to Clemson.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you flip the script now with Florida having lost
to FSU.
To South Florida now.
Sorry, South Florida. Yep.
This game is huge for Florida now because you lose this and your season's over.
It's done.
It's
a wrap.
Your season
That's
is
a wrap on
over
that coach too.
Because with Billy Napier.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they've told him he needs to give up the play calling.
Yep. That's a wrap.
I mean, I think LSU's defense is going to bully the offensive line of Florida and just have their way.
And if Brian Kelly can take away a job of another man, I think Brian Kelly's going to go in there and he's going to do that. You know what? I think I got LSU in this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got LSU taking care of business. Saturday sleeper. So, hey, if you're a coffee company, you want to hop on the Red Zone Blitz, you want to send us some beans. This is going to be a recurring segment here. We're going to keep this going. This is going to be our Saturday sleeper. Saturday night, we'd be happy to brand it. You're an energy drink company, you're a coffee company. This is the time. Send us some of your stuff. We got potential for a little sponsorship. We're always going to be showcasing the latest game that is going to be going on for those West Coast folks, for those people on the East Coast that can't fall asleep. We got Texas State at Arizona State, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Although Vanderbilt, South Carolina should probably be the one that we talk about.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game.
But this one is for those people that are staying up late. The 2-0 Bobcats have scored 95 points. 95 points in their opening 2 games. The Sun Devils were the 2024's lead chaos creator, and they had a bunch of surprises. Shout out Cam Scatabo. They just lost to Mississippi State on a 58-yard touchdown pass with 30 seconds left. Midnight in the desert. Sounds like a good time for those who can hang with it. So we're gonna go with those as our Saturday night sleeper. If you cannot fall asleep, watch a sleeper game, guys, because it's gonna be about it.
It's funny too, though, that you mentioned the Vandy, South Carolina. I wouldn't sleep on that game either. That game is gonna be. South Carolina's won 16 straight games.
The Gamecocks are for real. And we called it. We said the Gamecocks are for real.
Yeah. But Vanderbilt, I mean, like I said, Diego Pavia, man, he's talked his shit. Like, he's talked his shit. He's got to come out and ball, but South Carolina is also using that as bulletin material. That game is going to be, there's going to be some bad blood in that game. That game is going to get.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight.
Hey, fellas, that's our Saturday Showdown segment. We appreciate. Hey, man, this is something new that we're doing, and we might get we want to shout out Joel Norris again one more time. He always gives us a lot of love. Joel Norris, Pigskin Frenzy. Give him a follow. He's got a ton of college football analysis. He's got a ton of guests. Give him a follow. We're going to get him on here as a recurring guest. We just got some travel plans that we got to figure out. Stay tuned. October. We're going to be back. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Joel. And then, Joel, if you're listening to this, October 25th, we got to get you in Seattle, Illinois versus the Huskies. Moving on to our underdog segment. This is probably the first or second time we're going to do this. So we got a new little intro for you guys. Hopefully, my co-hosts have not heard this, so hopefully they approve of this.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a frog. Not bird, nor plane, nor even frog. It's just little old me, underdog.
Hey, shout out to the folks out at Underdog Fantasy. If you don't know, you want to sign up for an Underdog Fantasy account, all you need to do, folks, code Red Zone Blitz. You got to play your first $5. You got a $50 bonus. They are doing a deposit match of up to 50% of your deposit. They're going to do that for you as well, up to $1,000. This week, I got a little cheeky little Thursday nighter for you. Listen, I'm going to pick Jaden Daniels higher than 0.5 rushing and receiving yards, or receiving touchdowns, sorry. That means he's going to rush it in one time. I think so. I got Josh Jacobs going into the end zone for a touchdown. I got him higher than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns. You know what? I talked a lot about him. He's probably very upset with me, but I got Micah Parsons recording a sack. And then I got Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt higher than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns. I think he's going to go. I think Bill's going to be the man.
Hopefully.
If you guys are having, you know what, any issues with Underdog, they're really friendly. Support staff can help you guys out. Go to underdogfantasy.com. You can search it up on the Google and Play Store. Sign up now using code Red Zone Blitz. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Appreciate you guys. Hey, we can't wait for some exciting stuff down the road. Fellas, people are waiting for our fantasy football segment. There are people actively waiting. There are some people that may not be in leagues that are still waiting for our fantasy football. Matthew's laughing. Matthew, don't make me laugh. There are people that are not in leagues that may be looking forward to our fantasy football segment. Let's go on the other side.
The Fantasy Football 2-Minute Drill.
All right, fellas, I have squandered the internet. I have gone to all resources. I have gone to all data analytic people, and I have come up with a data dump for the century. I'm going to be going through every single position and the data that we're going to be seeing. And maybe this will teach you guys who to start and who to sit. Let's start off with quarterbacks. We got Cam Ward. So Cam Ward had the worst adjusted completion percentage in week 1 at 60%, and only Russell Wilson had a worse completion percentage over expectation at minus 9.5%. Oh God, Russell Wilson. It is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful day. Oh my God. He had minus 9.5%, 9.7% and minus 11.2% respectively. Cam Ward, it might not be the start for this week, fellas. I'm just saying against, you know what? Just hold off on Cam Ward against the Rams defense. I don't think you guys have much debate there.
Yeah,
No.
I think, it's growing pains. Like,
he's a rookie. That was his first game.
He's a rookie, first game against the Broncos. It's worse for Russ. Like, if you got Russ on your fantasy football team, you're gonna put him on the bench because, like, this looks bad. It was really bad.
Yeah. Moving on to Jared Goff. There are some concerns about Jared Goff and the Lions offense, of course. His 4.2 air yards per attempt were league worst. His marks have been 6.4, 7, 6.7, and 6.3 in his 4 Lions seasons. And he's obviously struggled in Green Bay. I don't think it's time to bench Jared Goff. especially if you're in a super flex, I would not advise benching Jared Goff. I would say if you have to dress him, sure, give him a go. But if there's an option for you to be like, I don't know, maybe you can sit. I know that gives you no information, but if you have to dress him, I would say it's fine. You're fine. I would think he's playing against the Bears defense. It's going to be a little bit rough and rowdy for him. They're going to get after him a little bit, but this is a big game for the Lions to prove who they really are. We got Brock Purdy injury news. Mac Jones. Oh boy, the Mac Jones, the era refuses to leave. A lot of people think that Mac Jones coming into the game is going to cause Purcell to dip. I would say a little bit. Mac Jones came in last year for Jacksonville, and Brian Thomas was still eating. He was still doing his thing. So I think in that system with Shanahan, I think Mac Jones will be fine. Moving on to running backs. DeAndre Swift led all running backs with 95.2 of the RB touches. In week 1, Chase Brown was second in 92. I know DeAndre Swift owners are probably like, he did nothing. There was nothing done. Best believe Ben Johnson's going into Detroit, and he's going to be feeding DeAndre Swift the ball like he's Jahmyr Gibbs. Kyron Williams ceded a few snaps to Blake Corum, who's the clear number 2, but Williams still had a 90.5 RB touch percentage. That was the third highest, and 100% of the third and fourth down touches. So if you're a Kyron Williams owner right now, stay the course. It's gonna be good for you. Travis Etienne had 65.5 RB touch 65.5 RB touch percentage, while Tank Bigsby had a 17.2, but he is now on the Eagles. So
ETN season.
It is ETN season, ladies and gentlemen. Only Jahmyr Gibbs and Christian McCaffrey had more receptions than Dylan Sampson's 8 for 64 yards. So whether or not Quinton Judkins plays this week or any week, Sampson is a nice RB3 for you to keep, especially in a potential pass-happy matchup like this week that they have with the Cleveland Browns. So if Sampson's sitting there, now's the time to pick him up. If you're dire to dress a guy, yay, you know what? You want to take a flyer on a guy to dress? Sampson might be your guy. If Austin Eckler doesn't play, Ja'Cory Merritt, also known as Bill, will see a mild boost as Jeremy McNichols likely takes Eckler's passing work, and Chris Rodriguez would be active for likely a few touches. Javonte Williams, 77.3 RB touch percentage, would have ranked second for a full 2024 season. And Jerry Jones also was on the fan on Tuesday. He suggested Jaden Blue would likely be inactive again in week 2. So you're going to see a lot of Javonte Williams again for the Cowboys against the Giants. Oh, man, they ain't stopping that, man. Tyron Tracy is the lead, but struggle with efficiency. It's not all his fault, obviously. He plays on the New York Giants. But it adds risk, especially if the Giants involve Cam Scatabo more. I would say if you've got Tyron Tracy, you should not be dressing him this week.
If you got any Giants, you shouldn't be dressing him.
That's
not even Neighbors?
I don't know. I don't know about dressing Neighbors, tricky. Man. I don't know about dressing Neighbors. Neighbors just looks at the sideline like a lost puppy.
Well, I mean, if we only have them scoring 7 points.
Yeah, that's true.
You're banking on Neighbors to get that 7.
Yeah. Travion Henderson led the Patriots with 52.4 RB touch percentage to Ramondre Stevenson's 42.9. While Henderson has a added passing game boost, there's still a floor risk if the offense struggles or if they have a big lead. So that I would just be a little bit wary of dressing Travion Henderson in your RB1 spot. Breece Hall looked terrific, but he'll remain RB2 with an RB1 upside as he just had 48.7% of the goal-to-go attempts, sharing with Justin Fields and Braylon Allen. That's a tough offense because you got a runner in the quarterback, you got Braylon Allen, and you got Breece Hall. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't expect it to last all season and maybe not even half of it, but Kenneth Gainwell is part of a 1-2 punch with Jaylen Warren.
Yeah, very odd. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I bet not, because I think you took Caleb Johnson.
Well, it's not only that. It's like when Kenneth Gainwell, touched the ball, he didn't really do much. So it's just like, I mean, Johnson didn't really have a lot of opportunities. Warren's clearly the number 1, so I don't know. The Steelers' run game is nothing to be like really invested in too much.
Nothing to write home about right now for fantasy football. Caleb Johnson only had a 4.2 RB touch percentage in week 1. Sean Payton strikes again, ladies and gentlemen. RJ Harvey handled just 25% of the RB touches. Though you know what? He's got weekly top 25 upside, but it's still Dobbins' backfield. You also have, speaking of splits, you got the Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. Perfect. 50-50 split. But Kareem Hunt had all of the third down and fourth down opportunities. This is good and bad. Pacheco is the clear early down option with more work if the Chiefs are in control, but it's also bad against the Eagles. That probably seems unlikely to happen.
Well, and if you get in the red zone on the goal line,
Kareem Hunt comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Despite playing from behind until late, the Vikings used Jordan Mason as the lead runner, which included 16 rushes to 8 for Aaron Jones. The appeal for Jones is clear in the passing game, but we can expect a Warren Najee Harris-like backfield for the Vikings, I think, going forward. Moving on to wide receivers. We talked about this a little bit. Matthew Golden is out. Jaden Reed would be getting a mild boost, but it would make maybe a Dontavian Wicks a deep flyer. Romeo Doubs is locked into a top two role either way, so Doubs owners, rejoice. Two of the most popular pickups this week have been Cedric Tillman and Quentin Johnson. I've got more faith in Tillman, who can be the Browns' number one fantasy point win rate, than close in week 1, which 31%. Johnson had 30.6%. But Tillman only had 4.8% of his routes graded negative versus 16.7% for Johnson. So if you're dangling between the two, I would go with Tillman in this rare conundrum. JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba had an insane 59% teammate target share, but don't lose faith on Cooper Kupp yet. As last year, Justin Jefferson dominated the Vikings targets, but Sam Darnold still sent enough to Jordan Addison for his value. So do not drop Cooper Kupp, ladies and gentlemen. Do not lose faith on him. Keep him there. The most fantasy points per target for players with at least 5 targets but no touchdowns, Kayshon Boutte with 1.66. That's a reminder that Boutte has a decently high NFL draft profile before his injury. Also, Stephon Diggs still working his way into the mix, but Boutte could surprise people again as the Dolphins look to have one of the worst coverage units. So if he's sitting there on the waiver wires right now and you're like, hey, maybe this guy might be something, or you got Drake May in a deep league and you want to build out a little bit of a stack, that might be your guy.
You guys think that's it for Stephon Diggs?
No, I think he'll be back. Yeah, I think Stephon Diggs will be there. I don't think... The problem is that I almost think the Patriots are a Jeremiah Smith away from being good. The Patriots need another wide receiver. They need a one. You know how Burrow had Chase?
Yeah.
And you had Jefferson in Minnesota? Yeah. And CeeDee Lamb in Dallas. They need a one. That's the issue I see with the Patriots. Is the Patriots don't have a one. They're almost flirting with Green Bay territory where they have a bunch of 2s and 3s. And that might work for some people, but I think in the NFL you need a 1 and you need a dominant 1. So it's almost Jeremiah Smith might be the guy for the Patriots if they struggle this year. Moving on, Juwan Jennings, if he's out, Ricky Purcell will get a small bump. Alec Iomar, Ayo Menar not only ran as a clear number 2 for the Titans, but he had 45, almost 46% of the Titans' air yards, which was 12th most in week 1. That is a sneaky guy to pick up if you trust this Titans offense, which I do not. There were only 2 players with over 80% of the routes run and who spent at least 75% of the time in the slot. Khalil Shakir and
Hunter Renfrow.
Yes, sir. That might be a little sneaky ad for for the folks that got Bryce Young or the folks that are, thinking about another guy to add, a veteran receiver. Hollywood Brown had a 40% first read target share, which would have ranked him behind only Malik Neighbors and A.J. Brown last year with a mere 6.31 air yards per target. For reference, that would have ranked him 114 last year for wide receivers with 25 targets or worse. I know the natural consensus right now is to pick up Hollywood Brown. There's nobody else Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball to.
Aside from Kelsey.
You know what? This hurts me to say. Juju Smith-Schuster. TikTok nasty man. Pick him up instead. I don't think Hollywood Brown is going to have the time of his life that people think he's going to have. there is just these. I don't know. I don't believe it. The stats somewhat back up what I'm saying, but I just look at him as an eye test, and I don't believe that he's all there in terms of buying into the Andy Reid system. They need to trade for Tyreek. I'm not fully, speaking of Tyreek, I'm not fully blown panic mode on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, even though I'm a little bit worried. If you want the positive side of it, Hill was 15th and Waddle 31st in targets per route run, which is shown to be as predictive as their previous years. Listen, this is the game. You got to air it out to Tyreek. You got to get him the ball. And if they don't get it out in this game,
it's not happening.
It's not happening. It might be trade season for Mr. Tyreek. If Drake London, who's also banged up, and Darnell Mooney, who missed last game, are out for the Falcons, KC Washington is a super, super, super sneaky and super desperate play, along with Ray McLeod, who's going to be more of your volume prayer. So if you guys need a little sleeper, there you go.
They like using Ray McLeod, but also
shout out Ray.
Kyle Pitts has got to step up too.
Buddy. All right, next year should we bring our podcasting equipment, try to get Kyle Pitts to come up, do a little live podcast with us?
Like I said, he's gonna get 5 touchdowns this year.
Finishing off, fellas, with tight ends. There were 9 players with 100% route participation in week 1. All were wide receivers except Juwan Johnson. Bang. Listen, there's excitement for Harold Fannin, but look to Isaiah Likely to understand the risk. Fannin ran for just 65% of the routes, and Likely only topped that mark 6 times last year. Of those, only twice did he score more than 7.4 points, or the same number of games he did with lower percentage of routes. It's hard for either tight end right now to carry consistent value when teams utilize 2 of them. So like you talk about the Steelers, they got 4 tight ends.
Yeah.
So like it's hard for you to pick one and be like, all right, I'm gonna stream with one guy. Speaking of that, Noah Fant had 47% of the routes to Mike Gesicki's 36. Cole Kmet had 67 to Colston Loveland's 49. Dalton Kincaid had 61 to Dawson Knox's 46. Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth had 53% equally, which is frustrating. Evan Ingram had 42% and Adam Trotman had 38. So, and Lucas Kroll had 26 in that. So like you see a lot of these teams are now running these tight end sets where they've got 1, 2, 3 tight ends, and that ends up being tough for fantasy football streamers.
Yeah, definitely. Makes it really difficult. Who do you play? Who do you pick up? So who do you start? Who do you bench? Yeah.
Fellas, what an episode. It was a great time. It was a great time. Before we wrap up our segment, any message to the listeners from each of you?
Just thanks to the Atlanta Falcons.
Super fan.
Courtney.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out Courtney.
Yeah, shout out to Courtney. Thanks for
Fuck the Eagles fans and Giants fans. You're in for it.
Oh, hello. Hello. Wow.
That's all
and the Seahawks fans that I've been feuding with in Vancouver right now.
This guy's running his own blitz. This guy's running his own blitz on the Seahawks fans in Vancouver right now. We appreciate all of you guys. If you do not follow us right now, what are you doing? Follow us, Red Zone Blitz Pod, X, Instagram, Twitter. Write to us, redzonebblitzpodcast@gmail.com. Listen, we're here for you guys. It's going to be a wild time. NFL season is back. Fantasy football is back. The best time of the year. We're going to be back with more awesome content, more giveaways, more stuff coming your way. Until next time, hope you guys enjoy all the football that's coming your way. This is your host, G.
Brandon.
And Matthew.
And we are out.
Later.
Peace.